Blue Eyes White Dragon is probably one of the most iconic monsters in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. I mean, seriously, ask your mom, your dad, grandpa, it doesn't matter. Just about everyone knows about this card. Only fewer people know about this card text. It says it is the ultimate engine of destruction. Huh. In 2019, we're actually gonna fulfill that prophecy. We're gonna turn Blue Eyes into the ultimate engine of destruction, being able to abuse the Blue Eyes concept as well as that Chaos Dragon concept that you guys have been looking for, and splash a little bit of Guardragons into it. This deck can't just make one negate, no, 2 negate, we don't stop at that. 3 negates, well, that's probably the weakest outcome. But this deck can actually make a maximum of 5 disruptions on the board, preventing your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, I know what Kaiba would say. Draw your last pathetic card. And unless your last pathetic card is Winged Dragon Ra plus more outs to get over 2 more disruptions, then you're gonna have a hard time beating this consistent Blue Eyes Chaos Guardragon deck. The Blue Eyes strategy has evolved from a herder, just summon Blue Eyes White Dragon type deck, to a more complex strategy with intricate parts that allow you to put multiple negates on the board. Similar to Danger Thunder Dragon, this deck can slam a plethora of monsters that are really strong and can prevent the opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But the benefit of playing Blue Eyes is that all of those bricks that Danger Thunder Dragon decides to play, this deck doesn't really have them. Ironically, Blue Eyes is the deck with less bricks inside of the main board than Danger Thunder Dragon and has boards that are harder to break. I mean, outside of Winged Dragon Ra Sphere mode, if you actually allow this deck to build a board, you're more than likely not going to win. Starting off with the monsters, we run 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is the most important card to the deck because it is a level 8 normal dragon monster of light attribute. You can use it to alternatively summon your Blue Eyes alternative White Dragons, which is another free level 8 light dragon monster to your side of the field. Now, the reason why these 2 cards are so important is not only because they hold the Blue Eyes name, they give you advantage for your Saryuja through the effects of your White Stones of Legend, and they provide a normal monster when you need it, or a free level 8 monster to your side of the field with Disruption. The White Stones of Legends, of course, search your Blue Eyes White Dragons and then can be manipulated with Saryuja Skull Dread to give you free advantage. That's pretty much it for the Blue Eyes engine. We don't run Sage with the Eyes of Blue. We don't run any of those other cards because while they are good in a more pure Blue Eyes build, the only thing we really want to focus on is getting Blue Eyes to our side of the field so we can link off with them or Exceed summon with them, or using its destructive capabilities to destroy our opponent's cards and then keep pushing forward, if not go for game. For the Chaos engine, we run 1 copy of Chaos Emperor Dragon. My Ultimate Rare English is actually still on the way. I'm pretty frustrated at that, but the card is extremely good because it's a Melody of the Awakening target, and it's a fact, while it doesn't necessarily always come up, could come up in those critical situations. 2 copies of Chaos Dragon Leveilleur. I felt that this card was extremely good. So good that I wanted to play it at 3, but decided to dial it back a bit because the deck doesn't need that much energy. Leveilleur is another Melody target that can be summoned by banishing light or dark monsters, and depending on what you banish, you get a good amount of effects. You can either get Destruction, Recursion, or Disruption through your opponent's hand, depending on what you're banishing, which will give you advantage. Next is 2 copies of Black Dragon Calypsurfin and 2 copies of White Dragon Wyverbuster. That's pretty much the biggest part of the Chaos engine. The reason why this card is so good is because no matter which one of them you draw, you'll be able to take full advantage of them by putting a free dragon monster to your side of the field. This card actually extends your combos by a ton and allows you to put multiple presences on the board, which will eventually line up for huge Link or Synchro or even Exceed summons. 2 copies of Eclipse Wyvern. We play more than enough cards that are targets for Eclipse Wyvern, and opening this card is just amazing. Being able to discard it for one of your card effects like Melody of the Dragon Awakening or Signet Mining will allow you to essentially search any of your high-level dragons from your deck. Next is the card of the hour. The reason why the deck is just so good, if this card's effect and the card that follows his effect goes uninterrupted, more often than not, you'll be able to make a board with at least 2 to 3 negates. This card is amazing, not only in the fact that it brings out a dragon monster to keep popping off with, but it's also a dark monster which plays really nice with your chaos cards. 2 copies of Heretic Dragon of Nuit. This card is another insane card and fulfills my rule. You typically need 5 normal summons in a deck, and those 5 normal summons need to be critical for being able to make your strategy go. Heretic Dragon Tefnuit is amazing in the mid combo, and it's also a great starter card in case you don't draw your Draco Net. Next is 2 copies of Galaxy Surfeit. This card is really pivotal for 2 reasons. First of all, it's a galaxy monster, so you can equip it to your or you can attach it to your number 90 to actually get a negate and destruction effect. And then secondly, it is your main target for Draco Net to be able to synchro summon. Lastly is the card of the hour. You guys are probably wondering, TheCaliEffect, why do you play that 1 copy of Petite Dragon? That's so weird to be playing a card that has no value. This is probably the only real brick in the deck, and maybe the Galaxy Serpents. But the reason why we play this card is because the Petite Dragons on top of the Heretic plus the Destrudos will essentially equal you the exact same combo even without the Draco Net. It's an excellent card, and more often than not, it is a target for you to send to the graveyard with Dragon Shrine so you can follow up to send another dragon. Lastly is 1 copy of Omni Dragon Brotar. Parts of me really wanted to run Fantastical Dragon Thanos in this deck because it's searchable, but I figured that it was better regulated off to the side deck. But Omni Dragon is an extender in every means. Being able to search almost virtually any monster in your deck is too strong. Lastly, we finish it off with 1 copy of World Chalice Guardragon. This was the card that I really wanted to run 2 of. This card is an extender in every sense. By banishing it, it can special summon any of your any of your normal monsters to where Link Arrow points to. Galaxy Serpents, Blue Eyes White Dragons, Petite Dragons, whatever you want it to be is an extender. It's also special summoned through your World Chalice Justiciar, so the combo just keeps on going. That's it for the monsters. Run 12 spell cards, 3 of them being called by the grave. Now this is the only card that I would recommend that you play inside of the main board to stop your opponent from stopping you from popping off. It's a really good card. Next is only 2 copies of the Melody of Dragon Awakening. Through some serious testing, I figured that Melody it was a great card, it just wasn't amazing in triplets. There are times where you have melodies and you're just like, I really don't need this card. I can search my dragon monsters in other ways. 2 copies of Cynet Mining for almost the exact same reason of Melody, except this card is actually a hard once per turn. This card's sole purpose is to search your Draco Net, which is pivotal to the combo. Next is only 2 copies of World Legacy Guardragon. I felt really comfortable dropping this card because opening it means that you can search a different card like World Legacy Succession, but also it's still a really powerful card that can be searched through your World Chalice Justiciar. And then lastly is 2 copies of Foolish Burial in the form of Dragon Shrine and Foolish Burial themselves. Allows you to send those dragon monsters to your deck to the graveyard when you need them. That's it for the main board with 40 cards, 28 monsters, 12 spells. The extra deck is where we get a little different. It's kind of tricky. The thing that I like the most about Blue Eyes Chaos Guardragon is just its interchangeability in the extra deck. I'm going to be explaining you guys the extra deck cards that I play, but a lot of them are interchangeable with whatever you want. So the card that I do feel mandatory, at least at 1, is Saryuja Skull Dread. It is a free draw 4 cards in this deck a lot of times if you are using the White Stone of Legend as a part of the combo sequence, your combo sequence to gain Blue Eyes White Dragons to your hand. Its most important effect is allowing you to spell summon a dragon monster to your side of the field, because a lot of times that's how you make your level 8 monsters with ease. Triple Verge Dragon, I really just play it because it's a Link 3 dragon. Sometimes it can come up for the Guardragon combo, but it's really good against Sky Striker. Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres is a mandatory card because you're going to end your board out with Heretic Seals more often than not, using it, Saryuja, and a dragon monster to make it. Land Fornicus over the Beat Cop is mandatory. Do not run Beat Cop in this deck. The reason why you run this card is because it's a light attribute, and you're going to be light attribute monsters in your graveyard or more of a scarce resource. Going through your Guardragon combo, you're going to put 3 dark monsters in the graveyard. You need more light monsters in the graveyard. Of course, 1 Argapane, 1 LP, and 1 Pisty. If you guys wanted to run more, I would strongly suggest looking at Pisty. LP just doesn't feel like a card that you need more than once, and Argapane requires too many resources. For the synchros, we run Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. I feel like this is appropriate in this deck because Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon doesn't negate monster effects, but we already have ways to negate those monster effects. FA Don Dragster just felt like the best Synchro 7 to play. I wanted to play Black Rose, but really didn't have room. I played 2 copies of Ib World Challenge Justiciar. This card's really good. The reason why I played 2 is because I dedicate so many resources in the main deck to make it. In theory, if my opponent stops 1, then it's a whole bunch of dead resources. You don't have to necessarily main 2, but at least 1 I feel is mandatory, or is mandatory. 1 copy of number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, 1 copy of Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, and 1 copy of number 38. The only card that I feel is genuinely mandatory is the Felgrand, because there are times where you're going to summon a level 8 monster to your side of the field and you need to detach one of your blue eyes so you can gain the effect of your Guardragon monster to spell summon that level 8 monster back to your side of the field. Felgrand just came up as the best because not only does it provide monster negation, it can even protect some of your cards and make it unaffected by card effects. Number 90 is amazing if you can attach the Galaxy Surf into it, because then you can negate and destroy monster effects. And then 38 is probably one of the better, Exceed 8 monsters of all time. You can run other level 8 monsters. I just felt that these were the most optimal. That's it for the extra deck. The side deck is pretty simple, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I just want to highlight is that Thanos is searchable, but that's pretty much it. Let's get you guys into the test videos, or the test hands. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so on to the test hands. If you guys are a Patreon, I just wanted to say these are the exact same test hands that I showed you guys with the deck profile last weekend. So if you guys were a Patreon or wanted to be a Patreon and needed some incentive, there you have it. The Patreons have had the deck profile for quite some time. Going into our first test hand, we're going to get Omni Dragon Brotar, Cynet Mining, Draco Net, Chaos Emperor Dragon, and the Strudel Noodle. This is actually a really good test hand. We're going to normal summon our Draco Net and use its effect to special summon to our side of the field. Where is that beautiful monster, our Galaxy Surfing? Using both the Draco Net and the Galaxy Surfing, we're going to make a synchro summon into Ib World Challenge Justiciar. Justiciar's effect to add the World Legacy Guardragon from our decks to our hand. Activating the World Legacy Guardragon, we're going to special summon the Galaxy Surfing back to our side of the field and use both of these monsters for a link summon into our land Fornicus. Using the effect of our Ib, we're going to be able to special summon a World Chalice Guardragon to our side of the field, and then immediately using it for a link summon into our Guardragon LP. Now here's where we can get a lot unconventional, because we'll be able to activate our Heretic Monster's effect multiple times. We can actually banish the World Legacy Guardragon because we don't have a black or white dragon extender. Just special summon the Galaxy Surfeit and then use the Surfeit for a link summon into our Guardragon Pisky. LP will activate the effect to special summon a Heretic Dragon of Nuit to our side of the field. And then we'll use our World Legacy Guardragon, targeting our Heretic Dragon of Nuit, and then triggering his effect to special summon a dragon monster to our side of the field. We're actually just going to go ahead and special summon Pisty. Actually, no, we'll special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, because that is the best way to do it. From there, I have quite a few combo sequences I can do. I can use all 4 of these monsters for Saryuja Skull Dread and proceed to draw more cards. And that's probably exactly what I'm going to do, because I feel that I'm going to be able to make 2 Saryuja Skull Dreads in this particular hand. I'm going to use the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Heretic Nuit, and Lamphor Linkus, as well as the Guardragon LP to make our first Saryuja Skull Dread. Right where Pisty is pointing to, I'll be able to draw 4 cards. And then I'll place 3 to the bottom of my deck. We're going to place the Cynet Mining. Yikes. I kind of want to keep the Blue Eyes White Dragon just because. We didn't have access. We're going to obviously place the World Legacy Guardragon. I think I'm actually going to place the Blue Eyes to the bottom of the deck this time around, because we have quite a few ways to get into it, and I just feel that this is the perfect risk. So Pisty's effect will allow us to special summon that Heretic Dragon of Nuit back to our side of the field, and this time around we're going to target it with our Destrudo. Triggering the effect of our Nuit, we're going to be able to special summon a dragon monster from our deck to our side of the field. This time around it's going to be Galaxy Surfeit. Using both the Galaxy Surfeit and the Dragon of Nuit, we can go ahead and make a link summon again into our Guardragon Argopane. Now since 2 arrows point to the same spot, we can special summon that Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss to our side of the field. Then we can follow up by using the effect of our Saryuja Skull Dread to special summon Omni Dragon Brotar to our side of the field. Brotar targeting a Dark Dragon discarding the Eclipse Wyvern, we'll be able to add a Dark Dragon from our decks to our hand. We're going to add the Chaos Dragon Leveilleur, and again, we'll be able to pop up with some more combos. If I draw a level 4 monster, I think we'll be in a really good spot. Using the effect of Eclipse Wyvern, I'm going to go ahead and banish our Blue Eyes White Dragon to secure that we'll be able to get our alternative combo off. Now we're going to use Pisty, Argapane, Saryuja, and Brotar for another Link summon into Saryuja Skull Dread number 2, where the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss doesn't point to. I'll be able to draw 4 more cards, and gee, look what we drew, guys. It's almost feeling like we didn't even have to banish the Blue Eyes White Dragon because we drew a Blue Eyes White Dragon. But we'll just return the Blue Eyes White Dragon, the Eclipse Wyvern, and the Nuit to the bottom of the deck. We have the Callop Serpent, which will provide 2 level 4s in this particular sequence. So we're going to be able to pop up with a lot of effects, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be some scary hours for our opponent. I'm going to start off by banishing the Eclipse Wyvern to special summon the Black Dragon Callop Serpent to our side of the field, trigger the Eclipse Wyvern to get a Blue Eyes White Dragon from our hand. We're going to use the Black Dragon Callop Serpent and the Destrudo for a Synchro Summon into our FA Don Dragster. I'm not 100% sure if I should have did that first. Yeah, because I think I needed the Destrudo off the field. Now, Saryuja still hasn't normal summoned, and it looks like we'll be able to special summon 2 level 8 monsters multiple times on our side of the field. I'm going to go ahead and use the effect of my Black Dragon Callop Serpent to add the White Dragon from my deck to my hand. And if I'm thinking about this correct, I do have a Blue Eyes White Dragon in my graveyard. Yes, I do. I'm going to banish the Land for Linkus, the Galaxy Serpent, and the Galaxy, or an Heretic Dragon. Yeah, we'll banish the Heretic Dragon to special summon Chaos Dragon Leveilleur to our side of the field, and then we'll use Leveilleur's effect, this is all banish, to special summon our Blue Eyes White Dragon to our side of the field. Using both of those monsters, we're going to make an Exceed summon into our Divine Dragon Knight Felgram. I'll then special summon my Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon by revealing my Blue Eyes White Dragon, and then special summon my Blue Eyes White Dragon through Saryuja Skull Dread's effect. Using both of those monsters for an Exceed summon, we're going to go ahead and make Hope Harbinger this time, and then we'll banish a Dark Dragon to special summon our Wyvern Buster to our side of the field. Using both the Wyvern Buster and the Saryuja Skull Dread, we're going to go ahead and make a Link summon for our last monster, which will be Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I really don't know what else to tell you. I just showed you how the deck can consistently make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negates with the CED still in hand, and you still have so many more options. Omni Dragon Brotar is in your graveyard, so if any of your monsters go bye-bye, you can summon Brotar and search the appropriate card you need to your hand if CDED isn't your prime target. Also forgot to add the Black Dragon to my hand through the effects of my White Dragon, so you can actually just discard this card instead. Blue Eyes Chaos Guard Dragon, whatever I call it in the thumbnail, is too strong. Test hand number 2 is probably the last test hand I'm going to be able to get to you guys. I would have loved to give you 3, but I didn't want to stretch this video out that much, and the last one was kind of long. So looking into our hand, showing you a more basic combo, hopefully. Sweet, actually we'll be able to do that. I'm going to actually put this to the bottom of my deck because this card makes the combo ridiculous. We're going to get a World Legacy Guard Dragon, which, again, this card makes the card ridiculous. So we're going to get a Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. That makes it a little less ridiculous in this particular test hand. I'm going to go ahead and start off by activating Signet Mining, discarding the Blue Eyes Alternative. Well, I guess you can discard the Galaxy Serpent, it doesn't matter. To be able to add the Draco Net from your deck to your hand. Now, actually, I would probably discard no, doesn't matter. You can normal summon the Draco Net and then use the effect of Draco Net to special summon the Serpent, and then use both of these monsters for a Synchro Summon into your IB World Chalice Justiciar. Justiciar is going to add the Guard Dragon, and then you activate the Guard Dragon to special summon the Galaxy Serpent, using both of these monsters for a Link summon into your Land for Linkus, and then triggering the effect of your IB. IB will be able to special summon World Legacy Guard Dragon using that card immediately. Actually, you want your Land for Linkus on this side, this zone. Using it for a Link summon into your Guard Dragon LP. Now, since these two cards don't necessarily point to the same arrow, you have to use your World Legacy Guard Dragon this time around to move your LP one zone over. That'll allow you to special summon a monster to where this zone points to, which could be really beneficial. In this particular sequence, we're going to go ahead and special summon Omni Dragon Brotar. Then we're going to use Brotar's effect. Brotar will discard a card from your hand, and the cool thing about this is that before you summon the Brotar, you can actually use the World Legacy or World Chalice Guardragon to spell summon the Galaxy Serpent in case you need a light monster to your hand, or you can get a light Cyberse monster if you decide to play it. But Brotar targeting the Guardragon LP will be able to add a dark dragon from your decks to your hand. In this particular sequence, I'm going to go ahead and add our Chaos Dragon Levy in there. Using the Omni Dragon Brotar for a link summon, you're actually going to go ahead and make your Guardragon Pisty, and then Pisty's effect to special summon Brotar back to your side of the field. That's going to allow you to use these two monsters for a link summon, and you're going to make Arcapane. And since you still have two arrows pointing in the exact same direction, you can special summon your Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss to your side of the field. Normally, here's where you would need another extender, not your world, actually, this is exactly where you need another extender, not your World Chalice Guardragon, to be able to continue on with your plays. If you have like a Light Dragon or a Black Dragon Callip Serpent, then that works perfectly fine. In this particular situation, I'm actually just going to go ahead and commit the Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon in this sequence because I want to be able to draw 4 for that Saryuja Skull Dread. Using 4 monsters on my field. It's funny how like 1 card literally got us all this. 2 card gets us the Saryuja Skull Dread draw 4. We're going to use those monsters for a link summon into our Saryuja Skull Dread, and then we're going to trigger our Skull Dread's effect. We're going to draw 4 cards, Called by the Grave, White Dragon, White Stone of Legend, and our Petite Dragon, and then we're going to return 3 to the bottom of our decks. It feels like this is the particular sequence where I'm actually not able to make the board that I really want to make. I'm going to return you. I doubt that I'll be able to make another Saryuja Skull Dread. So you, and I still can special summon with that. So this time I might return the Cult by the Grave all to the bottom of my deck. I'm next going to banish 3 light monsters. This is why this card's so important to play, because it's literally my 3rd light monster, other than, you know, the card that I don't want to banish. To special summon our Chaos Dragon to our side of the field, and then trigger it to special summon our Blue Eyes White Dragon to our side of the field. Then I'm going to use my Saryuja Skull Dread to special summon my Blue Eyes White Dragon, and now I'm going to use both of these monsters for a link summon or an Exceed summon into our Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. Detaching the Felgrand, you can target any monster on the field, preferably I guess your alternative, and then you can use in your graveyard, these are banished. You can use in your graveyard the World Chalice Guardragon to special summon the Blue Eyes White Dragon to your side of the field. Both of these monsters make up your last link summon. If both of my Galaxy Serpents weren't in my graveyard, which I just so happened to draw both times around, I would make the number 90 Galaxy Lord. But in this particular situation, I'm going to go ahead and make the number 38 Hope Harbinger. I'm now going to banish a dark monster in my graveyard to spell summon White Dragon Wyverbuster. And then these 2 monsters used for a link summon, we're going to make our Heretic Seal of Heavenly Spheres, and then trigger the effect of our White Dragon to add Black Dragon. And even still, we're still able to make 4 disruptions: the Heretic Seal, number 38, Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, and Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you really did, consider joining our Patreon. I mean, they got to see this early. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.